looked like a little bit of karaoke there, too, in the background with the music. Okay, coming up on the Today Show on this Friday, it's one of football's most enduring traditions. Harry Smith will introduce us to an Iowa football player inspired by the Hawkeye wave. That's that right there, where fans and players wave at patients at the University of Ohio State Children's Hospital at the end of the first quarter. And Al Roker has a preview of what else to expect.
This morning on the third hour of Today, Mama Kelsey live in studio. Donna Kelsey stopping by, talking football, family, and more. Plus, we've got actors Josh Gad and Andrew Rannells live in studio. And Joy Bauer sharing some superfood hacks. All that and more coming up this morning on the third hour of Today.
All right, that does it for us. Have a great weekend.
Morgantown, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
I had just gotten off work. All of a sudden, I was hit from behind. I had blood all over my face and it was on my shirt. I immediately thought of Morgan & Morgan, that initial first phone call and conversation. It felt like reaching out to a friend. All of the correspondence was done pretty much by email and text. I barely had to lift a finger. I would absolutely recommend Morgan & Morgan to family and friends and even strangers because that's how much it helped me. It's easier than you think.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters. It's time, y'all. It's a new season in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Happy finally Friday and welcome to the weekend. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. Most of the showers are clearing out, but I am going to be tracking a blast of chilly air for your weekend. That's all coming up just ahead in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. It's National Depression Screening Day, and new research is shining a light on the importance of diagnosing this mental health condition. We'll have a look at this new study and see if this may change how doctors look at suicide prevention. Then, House Republicans return to work today as candidates for the chamber speaker look to secure votes. We'll find out what's going down on Capitol Hill. Plus, the touring of large musical artists may be impacting our national economy more than we think. We'll discover how some pop stars are bringing an economic boost to the places they visit. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, October 6th. I'm Ashley Wilson. Thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. We start with our top stories this morning. One Bowling Green business owner was arrested after Kentucky State Police say he was driving under the influence, swerving and excessively speeding. Jackson Washer is listed as co-owner of the newly opened Dusty Boot Bar in Bowling Green. According to an arrest citation, he was charged with speeding, reckless driving, and operating a motor vehicle under the influence. A breathalyzer test confirmed he was over twice the legal limit of alcohol intoxication, and the report claims he was driving 74 miles per hour in a 45 zone. He was taken to the Warren County Regional Jail and has since been released. It's about that time as the spooky season approaches. There are a few things you might want to consider. If you're planning on doing any Halloween traditions like trick-or-treating, carving, or lighting pumpkins, you'll want to be careful, as experts say that these simple tasks are a leading cause of injury around this time of year, with burns from candle lighting injury rates rising throughout the holiday season.
You know, from Halloween to Christmas through Thanksgiving, people like them for decoration. Some of them use them for religious reasons. But they also estimate that 80 to 85% of these fires could be prevented.
But fire isn't the only thing that parents should be looking out for this Halloween. The Bowling Green Police Department says most trick-or-treaters aren't focused on the dangers when they're out collecting candy and can be sometimes reckless about checking their surroundings.
Imagine that these kids are not paying attention and think about what a child's looking for, and they're just trying to get wherever it is they're trying to go quickly, and they're not thinking about traffic, and they're not thinking about cars moving around inside of parking lots.
For more tips on what to watch out for this holiday season, you can visit our website at WNKY.com. And there's a year-round need for adopting pets, and many want to give a shelter animal a new lease on life with a forever home. But with Halloween just weeks away, you might be thinking about getting into the spirit by adopting a black cat. Shelter officials say that some adopters may take a cat home, not knowing what comes with the responsibility. They say that with any pet you adopt, you must be aware that it takes time for any animal to get comfortable.
I have two at my house that I've adopted myself, and I've got one still. I guess I've had him for 2 months, and he's still adjusting.
You never know what any animal has gone through before being in an animal shelter. Before you adopt, prepare as much as possible for what may come. For more ways to get prepared for an animal, visit aspca.org. That was a first look at your top stories. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, Ashley, and happy Friday to those watching from home this morning. It's a beautiful start to the day, although we do have those clouds out there. We do have the showers that are now clearing out off towards the east. Temperatures on the comfortable side this morning, a little cool out there, but right now those numbers generally running into the 60, 65 in Bowling Green, 63 in Scottsville, as well as in Glasgow and in Franklin. Seeing a lot of 63s out there. As far as those winds go, we have those winds now flowing in from the west. So this is actually ushering in that cooler and drier air for us following the cold front that is just off towards the east. And that's going to help really kind of clear and dry things out for us. But also, we're going to be tracking this first wave of cool air. There's a second wave of cool air that will arrive as we go in store for the weekend. Radar just showing some ground clutter out there, not really seeing a lot as far as rain. The rain really across eastern Kentucky as that frontal boundary continues to work its way off towards the east. But I do want to mention that this weekend, I'm going to be tracking a blast of chilly air. Meanwhile, today, we're going to be somewhere slightly below normal. I think our normal high temperature for this time of year, right around 76 degrees, will be right around the low to middle 70s by this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds. Weather on the 4 is brought to you by Deborah Rose, attorneys at law.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
At Buyers Insurance Group, family is at the heart of everything we do. When you choose Buyers Insurance Group, you're choosing commitment to keeping your family safe. Let's talk about policy.
Call or visit us for a free quote.
Protection matters. Go big. Buyers Insurance Group.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Andy Bashir wants to talk education. His record, Andy closed down our schools. Regular kids still haven't recovered. Fewer than half can read or do math at grade level. I'm Daniel Cameron. As the husband of a teacher, I know we can do better. The Cameron Catch-Up Plan is about supporting our teachers and getting kids caught up. I won't just campaign on education, I'll get it fixed because our teachers and students deserve it.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. It's 7 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. It's National Depression Screening Day, and new research is shining a light on the importance of diagnosing this mental health condition and how effective screening can help identify people considering suicide. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has a look at the study and how it could change how doctors look at suicide prevention.
It's one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. More people died from suicide last year than any other year on record. That's according to provisional data.
One of the key aspects of preventing suicide is being able to identify individuals who are most vulnerable to attempting suicide.
That's why Craig Bryan and his colleagues at the Ohio State College of Medicine and Wesleyan University started studying patient screening methods at primary care clinics. The researchers believe traditional screenings for suicidal thoughts would be most effective at identifying which patients were most likely to attempt suicide. That wasn't what they found.
The key finding was that the most effective way to identify patients who would eventually attempt suicide was to screen them for depression.
The researchers found that screening for depression correctly identified more patients who would go on to attempt suicide than traditional suicide screening.
Primary care healthcare providers should really be focusing on identifying patients who have depression, and then that might serve as a gateway for determining who might need additional treatment and intervention to prevent suicide.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
Slimming down might be healthy, but a new study shows some weight loss drugs could cause some serious problems. It looks at popular injected medications like Wegovy, Ozempic, Saxenda, and Victoza. Researchers from the University of British Columbia say the drugs can cause digestive issues. Among them are stomach paralysis, pancreatitis, and bowel obstructions. The cases are rare, but tens of millions of people take the drugs. Researchers note a small percentage of cases adds up quickly, possibly eventually involving hundreds of thousands of complications. And at a time when thousands of nurses are on strike to protest staffing shortages, many nursing schools are not able to accept hundreds of new students. The reason, not only is there a shortage of nurses in clinical settings, there's also a problem having enough nursing professors to teach them. According to the American Association of Colleges of Nurses, more than 78,000 qualified applicants were turned away last year. Even in schools that have enough nursing faculty members, there are often not enough clinical placements for existing students. In hospitals, preceptors who train new nurses have strict limits on how many students they can have and supervise at a time. Aggravating the existing shortage, many nurses were burned out during the pandemic and left the profession entirely. Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, President Biden is taking a new approach to the crisis at the border. We'll see how some politicians are reacting.
Plus, as the skies dry out, I'm tracking a chilly blast of air for your weekend. That all ahead in my full forecast.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapels, when a person comes in and does their prearrangement, I can see it over the years that I've worked in this, how much it eases the family's minds. If you have 4 people, they have 4 different ideas of what they want. This settles that to where they say if that's what mom wanted, that's what dad wanted. You can see the relief on a lot of families' faces because all you do is say, what time do you want the funeral? What time do you want the visitation? And they can spend more time with their family members and friends in the grieving process. It just really takes a lot of burden off your family.
We were rounding a curve whenever I noticed a tractor in the road. At the time, I didn't know that the tractor was turning, and he turned into my car. And she showed that she cared. I know how Flora works, and I know how she was with my case, and she's determined. And that's what it takes.
Garbage time. That phrase never sounded quite right because no part of football is meaningless. So while some folks see garbage, FanDuel sees treasure. We see spreads to cover, overs to hit, and chances to live bet from the first down to the final whistle. So don't just watch football this season, cherish it.
America's #1 sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
House Republicans returned to work today as candidates for the chamber's speaker look to secure votes. While the GOP focuses on finding a new House leader, President Biden is touting his accomplishments. But the administration is also facing pushback for its latest action on immigration. Bree Jackson is in Washington.
As migrants continue to pour across the southern border, in an unexpected move, the Biden administration announced it's waiving 26 federal laws in order to build more border wall in South Texas. The president insists his administration is required by law to spend money Congress allocated during the Trump administration.
I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't, they wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated.
Some Democrats blasted the decision after the president repeatedly slammed the wall during his 2020 campaign.
It looks like this is a promise broken. There's no easy way to describe this other than a flip-flop from President Biden.
Administration officials are playing defense.
There is no new administration policy with respect to the border wall. Allow me to repeat that. There is no new administration policy with respect to the border wall.
This comes the same day the White House released this memo touting its efforts to help Americans amid chaos on Capitol Hill, pointing to Republican infighting and Tuesday's historic ousting of former Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Jim Jordan, who's running for the speakership, says the party needs a leader who can bring them together.
If we can't come together as a team, how are we going to get done for the American people what they sent us here to do?
In an effort to unite the GOP, former President Trump says he's been asked to speak with Republicans on Capitol Hill next week.
It's time now for a first full check on your forecast, getting you ready for the weekend. Temperatures starting off generally into the low and middle 60s out there. 65 in Bowling Green, 63 in Franklin and in Scottsville. It's also 63 there into Glasgow. Winds generally on the light and calm side, but we do have those winds that are flowing in from the west, so it's going to be ushering in the cooler winds for us as we go throughout the day today. Precipitation totals just over the last 24 hours or so. Generally around 1/4 inch or more is where most locations, especially along and north of the Western Kentucky Parkway, got yesterday. Around at least 1/2 inch of rainfall for the Bowling Green area. Looking at 3/10 inch for the Simpson County area for rainfall. So we really didn't get much in the way of rain yesterday. It was just really light general showers moving across the region. And as far as things go right now, it's showing rain on the map. This is just ground clutter. Not a lot of this is really making it down to the ground. We still have clouds, though, that still remain overhead. Here's the frontal boundary. And if you're actually looking for actual rain, that is across portions of eastern Kentucky towards the mountains there. This is right ahead of the frontal boundary. This is ushering in that first wave of cooler air force. Temperatures will actually be near normal today, slightly below normal, but near normal. But I am going to be tracking another wave of chilly air, and this is really going to tap into that cooler Canadian air that's going to dive in and bring us a really nice chill. I mean, you're going to notice this chill arriving into the weekend. Temperatures for highs running 10 to 15 degrees plus below normal. A normal high temperature for this time of year right around 76 or 75 degrees or so. So this is all going to be associated with this pattern that takes a huge dip across the region. Check out the high temperature trends as we go over the next stretch of days. Yeah, we're going to be running below normal for the weekend. A high of 62 degrees on Saturday. It is going to feel chilly out there. As we go through the day today, the second half of the day, we got sunshine in store, so we'll get those clouds out of here. Maybe a few passing clouds late tonight and early in the day on your Saturday. But as we go for your Saturday, notice by Saturday morning, temperatures starting off on the chilly side. Some areas into the 30s, and mostly some 40s out there. As we go throughout the day for your Saturday, it's looking dry, but I do want to point out it is going to be chilly. Temperatures are going to be in the 60s. It'll be breezy too, so it will feel even cooler than those 60s. So it may feel like the 50s for the most part as you go throughout the day for your day tomorrow. So just dress accordingly. It's sweater weather, as what I would say, as we go in store for the weekend. But check this out. Overnight lows by late Saturday and into Sunday, dipping down into the 30s. I think this is a little too chilly for 33, but I think we could see a lot of 30s out there. Can't rule out some areas of possible patchy frost, especially in those valley areas as we go for your Saturday night and early Sunday morning time frame. Here's your 7-day forecast. As we go over the next stretch of days, it's looking dry for the most part. Maybe some rain chances, some showers and storms by Thursday. Don't go anywhere. News 40 Sunrise continues after this.
Feels good to be home. For a limited time, Ashley is offering 0% interest for 60 months. Plus, your first 3 payments are on us. Get this dining set in time for the holidays for just $41 a month. Shop today and pay nothing till 2024. Only at Ashley.
Football Frenzy is back in South Central Kentucky. WNKY News 40 is your home for high school football. The most schools, the most highlights, the most coverage. Catch Football Frenzy Friday nights at 10 on WNKY News 40.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely. But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And like people think y'all look alike, you can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Feels good to be home. Plan ahead and get your home ready for the holidays at Ashley. For a limited time, buy one, get one half off store-wide. Bring home this sofa and its matching love seat is half off. Shop now, spend less, and get more. Only at Ashley.
The United Auto Workers strike has put a spotlight on the number of temporary workers in the industry. At the Stellantis factory that makes Jeeps, almost 1 in 5 of the 5,800 unionized workers are temps. There's no guarantee of full-time work for temps at the company. Those working at GM and Ford do get hired full-time after 19 and 24 months, respectively. The union is demanding better guarantees and pay for temp workers. With Amazon's Prime Day just about to get underway next week, a new study provides information about overspending. A CNET Money survey finds nearly 7 in 10 holiday shoppers say they're likely to overspend this season. More than a fourth say overspending will likely happen during shopping events like Prime Days or Black Friday. The biggest overspending is expected on food and beverages, fashion, and electronics. And you too can be a billionaire if you win Saturday's Powerball jackpot. It's now up to around $1.4 billion. The cash option, $643 million after no one won Wednesday's drawing. It's currently the 3rd largest jackpot in history. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jared Hill.
Taylor Swift's economic impact is growing and spreading to movie theaters and the sports world. Cinemark is hoping Swift will boost movie theaters with its latest announcement as the NFL gets a bump from the singer's rumored new beau. In today's Consumer Watch, Cole Higgins has a look at how Swift and Beyonce are boosting the U.S. economy.
For
From the Eras Tour to movie screens across the country and now to the NFL world, Taylor Swift is boosting the U.S. economy, with some analysts coining the effect Swiftonomics.
I've been writing about Swiftonomics for almost a year now, ever since she announced the Eras Tour, and it seems like there's always something new to say.
This week, Cinemark announcing ticket sales for Swift's 3-hour concert film are setting pre-sale records. Beyonce plans to do the same with her Renaissance World Tour, as both stars position themselves to pull movie theaters out of writer's strike doldrums. And analysts say, as eager fans spend money to see both stars, it's highlighting women's economic impact.
When you think about the impact of Beyonce and Taylor Swift both, every city they go to is seeing an economic bump because women are staying in hotels. Remote working is allowing that. They're going to the hair salon. They're buying outfits on Amazon or wherever to get together.
The Eras Tour alone could be considered a $5 billion GDP type tour. That's according to Sanjay Sharma, adjunct professor of finance at the University of Southern California, who says adding it all up is hard, but says the money stays in the U.S. and supports local economies.
It's a new phenomenon. It's not even compared. Super Bowl doesn't compare to this.
Meanwhile, Swift's rumored new relationship with NFL star Travis Kelce is breaking NFL viewership records and generating lots of buzz as the Taylor Swift effect spreads to football.
Now it's NFL sales, it's a jersey sale. So it seems like at the end of the day, the big winner here is the U.S. economy and consumer spending.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
All right, for today's Furcast, we have Munchkin, and Munchkin says, I'm feline fine on this finally Friday, and temperatures starting off on the cool side, 62 degrees. We got a mix of sun and clouds in the forecast today. We'll have more sunshine throughout the second half of the day as those showers are clearing out towards the east. Let's check out those temperatures right now. Generally into the 60s out there, 63 in Scottsville, Franklin, Russellville now at 62 degrees, 63 in Glasgow. Those winds flowing in from the west, ushering in that cooler feel for us. Radar, this is ground clear. Not a lot of this really making it down to the ground. Really, we're seeing those showers mainly across eastern Kentucky right along this frontal boundary as that continues to work its way off towards the east. This has been ushering in that first wave of cooler air for us, but you're going to notice more noticeable cooler air for the weekend. In fact, it's going to be turning chilly for us on your Saturday. We plan things out by the hour over the next 12 hours. Temperatures into the low to middle 70s as we go throughout the day today with a mix of sun and clouds. Otherwise, it's pretty dry today, a pretty fantastic day for your Friday. I'm going to be tracking, though, that blast of chilly air all in my full forecast when we come back.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
The wait is over. FanDuel Sportsbook's officially live.
FanDuel makes it so easy to get started.
And you can get paid instantly. That's like the whole point of winning. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Hey, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? Feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Diversified Electrical is now hiring. Positions include electrician, electrician assistant, and job foreman. Pay range is $18 to $55 per hour. Insurance, holiday pay, vacation, and more great benefits available. Find out more at diversifiedelectrical.com.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Welcome back. You're watching News 40 Sunrise. Coming up in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast, I'm tracking a blast of chilly air for your weekend. That all just ahead. It's 6:27. It's time to look at your top stories.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm Ashley Wilson. To our top stories now. One Bowling Green business owner was arrested after Kentucky State Police say he was driving under the influence, swerving and excessively speeding. Jackson Washer is listed as a co-owner of the newly opened Dusty Boot Bar in Bowling Green. According to an arrest citation, he is charged with speeding, reckless driving, and operating a motor vehicle under the influence. A breathalyzer test confirmed he was over twice the legal limit of alcohol intoxication, and the report claims he was driving 74 miles per hour in a 45 zone. He was taken to the Warren County Regional Jail and has since been released. It's about that time. As the spooky season approaches, there are a few things you might want to consider. If you're planning on doing any Halloween traditions like trick-or-treating or carving and lighting pumpkins, you'll have to be careful, as experts say that these simple tasks are leading cause of injury around this time of year, with burns from candle lighting injury rates rising throughout the holiday season.
From Halloween to Christmas through Thanksgiving, people like them for decoration. Some of them use them for religious reasons. But they also estimate that 80 to 85% of these fires could be prevented.
But fire isn't the only thing that parents should be on the lookout for this Halloween. The Bowling Green Police Department says most trick-or-treaters aren't focused on the dangers when they're out collecting candy and can sometimes be careless about checking their surroundings.
Imagine that these kids are not paying attention and think about what a child's looking for, and they're just trying to get wherever it is they're trying to go quickly, and they're not thinking about traffic, and they're not thinking about cars moving around inside of parking lots.
For more tips on what to watch out for this holiday season, you can visit our website at WNKY.com. And there is a year-round need for adopting pets, and many want to give a shelter animal a new lease on life with a forever home. But with Halloween just weeks away, you might be thinking about getting into the spirit by adopting a black cat. Shelter officials say that some adopters may take a cat home not knowing what comes with the responsibility. They say that with any pet you adopt, you must be aware that it takes time for any animal to get comfortable.
I have two at my house that I've adopted myself, and I've got one still. I guess I've had him for 2 months, and he's still adjusting.
You never know what any animal has gone through before being in an animal shelter, and before you adopt, prepare as much as possible for what may come. For more ways to get prepared for an animal, visit aspca.org. That was another look at your top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
I'm reporter Carlisle Coppins, and it's now time for your Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Today we have here Nugget. He is 4 years old. He takes a little bit of patience and a lot of TLC, and when it comes to new environments, he needs a little time to adjust. He doesn't do too well with kids, but he's still so cuddly and lovable. Come down to the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society and adopt Nugget today.
Oh, Nugget.
Little Nugget.
Seems so adorable.
Very shy, it looks like. Very reserved. And that's okay. He looks like the perfect cuddle cat, though.
Yeah, the perfect cuddle kitty. So be sure to stop by and help Nugget find a new forever home to go to. Well, coming up after the break, I'm going to help you plan out your day the News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
It's scary amounts of fun.
Is this movie Psycho?
Person, place, or thing.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
I'm ready.
Reba's the only one with a block left.
Better be nice to me. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to block.
Don't block me.
I'm no dummy.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
20 years ago, I escaped from you.
And then you kidnapped me.
What's in the basement?
Gabrielle!
Found, Tuesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters. they're able to help the shelter in such an easy way. It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back. Weather on the 4th to get you out the door, brought to you by Deborah Bros Attorneys at Law. We start off this morning with clouds out there. We take a look at the WKU farm to start off this morning. We still have those clouds that will be overhead, at least for this morning, but sunshine returns for the second half of the day, and it will look nice and feel nice out there. Today's forecast features Munchkin. Munchkin says, I'm feline fine on this finally Friday. Temperatures generally starting off into the 60s out there, 62 in Russellville and 63 in Franklin. Those winds generally on the light and calm side. Radar, it's showing returns out there. A lot of this not making it down to the ground. Otherwise, it's looking like it's mostly ground clutter out there. As far as things go, though, we're still seeing showers across eastern Kentucky. That's all associated with that frontal boundary, ushering in that cooler feel for us today. So temperatures today will be in the 70s. I did mention we'll have some sunshine in the mix today, and it looks like mainly throughout the second half of the day. Now, I'm going to be tracking a blast of chilly air for your weekend. That's all in my full forecast. But for now, I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for your Friday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And joining me in studio this morning is John Shoulders, here to tell us all about how you can raise money for a great cause. John, good morning.
Good morning.
I love this theme that we've had the last few minutes of the show. We've had, black cats and adoptions, then our pet of the day, and we're still helping out animals.
We're round it off with Paws.
Yeah, so tell us all about it.
Well, this year's our 20th anniversary of Paws. It's where Montana Grill, we partner with the Humane Society here locally, and we donate the entire day's sales to the no-kill shelter. I mean, it's a big deal for us. We've done it since 2003. This is my 20th. I couldn't be more excited to, save another animal.
Yeah, that's right. And again, going on 20 years, that obviously shows this has been a massive success in our community. But I always know, you guys pretty much sell out every time you have this.
We try not to. The goal is to never sell out, but we'll have plenty. We say we open at about 3:30, but we'll be ready. If you want to come early, please come early. We'll stay late, and we'll stay until we get it all sold.
So for those that may not be familiar about how this works, how can people order, pick up food, and what does the day look like?
Well, lunch bell is still open from 11 to 2, and then we'll close the dining room at 2 p.m. And we're going to open up what we call a drive-through out back where our smoker is stationed. It doesn't take long, minutes by the time you come off Scottsville Road to get through the line. So please don't be shy. Don't think that the line is going to be so just task-oriented where you've got to wait to get food and get out. That's not how this goes. It goes very quickly. And we try to sell as many as we can.
Now, when people come through the line, do they need to call and pre-order, or is it just drive up when you feel like it and get some food?
No need to pre-order. Just come on, drive up, drive through. We'll get you through and get you home.
And so what does the cost look like for a meal to then go to the Humane Society to help our furry friends?
For $25, you get a full rack of ribs, a side of our spiked bean beans, creamy coleslaw, and a square of cornbread.
You really can't beat that. A great meal, helping a great cause, and of course, helping our community, and all that you all do is so wonderful. So once more before we go, tell us when this is taking place and how people can get more information.
October 16th, Monday. We'll start at 3:30. But if you're here at 2 and 2:30, we'll be ready.
You'll be ready. We'll smell it down Scottsville Road, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Well, John, thank you for being here again.
No, thank you.
Congratulations on 20 years of this event. And everyone go on down, get some ribs, get some good food from Montana Grill. So, John, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean.
That was a look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. And when we return, Darius Mack will have another full look at your forecast. Stay with us.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
The Bush family is a racing family. I mean, we've come from that. My dad was a car guy. His dad was a car guy. We enjoyed the aspect of being able to have family time in the garage, but then also going to the racetrack trying to bring home wins. Our dad raised us up to become champions. My brother's a champion, I'm a champion, so all credit due to him. Being with RCR, I've really come to understand the family relationship, the tie-in between M&M as well as RCR. It's a family-type relationship.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Done. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Welcome back. It's time for another full check of your forecast. It's finally Friday, getting you ready for the weekend. The time is about 6:40. We check out those temperatures right now, generally into the 60s out there. It's a cool, refreshed feel out there, 63 in Scottsville and in Glasgow. Just updated 62 there at the Woodbury thermometer. As far as things go with winds, we have winds flowing in from the west, certainly light winds to start off this morning. Precipitation from yesterday, most areas, especially if you're along and north and west of the Western Kentucky Parkway, you generally got over a quarter of an inch, upwards to even a half an inch of rain. We got a half an inch of rain estimated for the Bowling Green area, around 3/10 of an inch for the Simpson County area. So we really didn't see much rain yesterday. We got just general light showers across the region. Radar, for the most part, we're dry and quiet out there. It's showing ground clutter. Really, the rain is off towards the east. This is right along this frontal boundary that is now into eastern Kentucky. This is ushering in that first wave of cooler air for us, which means that it's going to be running a little cooler today. But it's going to be noticeably cooler for the weekend, and that's all going to be associated with the second wave that's going to be ushering in that cooler Canadian air, as we're going to be tracking a dip in the jet stream. And what that's going to do is that's really going to usher in a blast of chilly air for the weekend. In fact, high temperatures will be running 10 to 15 degrees below where we should be for this time of year, which is right around 76 or 75 degrees. So you get the idea that tomorrow temperatures will be into the 60s. Check out the high temperature trends over the next stretch of days. Yeah, it's going to be pretty chilly on your Saturday. 62 for Saturday, 65 for Sunday. So not bad weekend for the pumpkin patch if you plan on doing that. As we go throughout the day today, we got sunshine in store. So we start off the day with clouds. We are expecting sunshine for the second half of the day. A few passing clouds late tonight, early into your Saturday morning. Can't rule out some 30s, isolated 30s out there by Saturday morning, and then generally into the 40s across the region. It's going to be a breezy day as well. So although temperatures will be in the 60s by tomorrow afternoon, it will feel like the 50s for the most part. So this is what I'll call sweater weather for your Saturday. As we go for your Sunday morning, check this out. Temperatures dipping down into the 30s. Can't rule out some areas of patchy frost out there. I think 33 is drastically too low for us. I think we'll be somewhere around the middle 30s and upper 30s out there. But nonetheless, some areas of patchy frost is a possibility, especially in those valley areas by late Saturday and early into Sunday morning. Check out your 7-day forecast. Again, I did mention that we are expecting sunshine for the second half of the day. Temperatures will be right around average, just slightly below normal, right around 74 degrees today. And then it's going to be chilly for your Saturday. Your Sunday still running cool, below normal for your Monday as well. As we go over the next stretch of days, it's actually going to be dry for the most part. Maybe a stray shower or two is going to be possible by your Thursday, and maybe even a few rumbles of thunder as well as we go over the next stretch of days into Thursday, especially. That is only the rain chance that I'm tracking. As we go for the overnight time frame, temperatures down into the 40s and 30s over the next few nights. So yeah, it's going to be pretty chilly out there. Remember, you can scan to plan your day by scanning that QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Follow News 40 weather online and on the air, even when the skies are fair. And now it's time to announce the winners of this week's Soki's Birthday Club. And the winners are Marion Benton and Brent Walters. You too can sign up for Soki's Birthday Club by visiting WNKY.com/birthday. Now let's wish our friends a happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
At Brewster's, we believe life is a celebration. Don't limit yourself to birthdays or holidays. Create a custom cake anytime. Our creamy homemade ice cream catapults the ordinary into the extraordinary. Treat yourself today at Brewster's.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent. Geez.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/Soki Survivor. Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
Welcome into sports. A dominant first half for the WKU Hilltoppers, but La Tech made it a close one in last night's ball game. WKU took on the Bulldogs, looking to stay perfect conference play. No disappointment in the first half. Malachi Corley catching 5 passes for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half alone. WKU gets the victory, but a nail-biter after going into halftime, 35-7. The final score, 35-28. WKU will now hit into the bye week, going back in action for some Tuesday night football after that. On October 12th, head coach Steve Lutz and his basketball team will be traveling to Barron County High School for an open practice and scrimmage. The Barron County takeover event will be open to the public and will begin at 6 p.m. After the scrimmage, fans get autographs and some merchandise. The WKU tennis team is set to begin their fall season in Murfreesboro at the MTSU Invitational. The Tops will take on Tennessee State, Bellarmine, Lipscomb, MTSU, and EKU throughout the course of the weekend. They'll be first taking on Tennessee State in some singles action. That's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Maxwell. An award-winning folk artist stopped in Bowling Green Thursday to give a demonstration to the folklore program at WKU. Reporter Tucker Covey went to the Pioneer Cabin to learn more.
Western Kentucky University hosts Willie Rasco, a folk artist from Hopkinsville. The event features talks from the artist as well as a demonstration of his work.
He's such an amazing character, and he's so kind and so giving, and I'm so glad that the community got to stop by today just to hear a little bit of what he has to say.
The event presents folklore studies and anthropology students at WKU with the opportunity to see and interact with not only physical pieces of folk art, but also hear the oral traditions of how Rasco works and views his craft.
When you see folklore in the public, specter, and you see all of these amazing things that you can do with, this degree, with this knowledge, right, and give back to the community in the way Willie does, it's life-changing.
Rasco simply enjoys making and has made his artwork the centerpiece of his life through connections and friendship.
I like the communication, letting people know what I have done for years, and to me, it's rewarding because I'm still here. I'm still doing it. I've been doing it 47 years.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Still to come on News 40 Sunrise, we'll see how you can help donate food to members of our community for this week's Feel Good Friday. Plus, Darius Mack will have another check of your forecast. We'll be right back.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
Hi, I'm Angie Steinhorst.
And my name is Mark Steinhorst, and we are the proud owners of Tuffy. We went down to Clarksville and left Tuffy here with a dog sitter. Tuffy shot out past him and took off running.
They posted, I think it was that night or the very next morning, on the Warren County, Kentucky Lost and Found page. Your pet goes missing or is lost, immediately get on that page. If we didn't have a sense of community, just being newer here, we certainly came out of this whole experience with a sense of community.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games today on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
A pair of food drives set to help the community during the fall and Thanksgiving seasons are now underway. News 40's Noah Fairber has more on these drives and how you can help provide food to those who can't afford it for this week's Feel Good Friday, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
While one local Bowling Green organization is preparing for Thanksgiving, we had done some work with Brad for some pest control needs that they needed for some of their clients that needed a little extra help. And so that got us in the spirit to try to give back to more of their clients that are in need. And so we decided to organize a Thanksgiving food drive.
Another is stocking up for the fall season.
It's going to take place from October 1st through October 31st, so the whole month. Our main idea with this food drive is just to collect a bunch of different types of food, not just cans. We're looking for peanut butter, boxes of rice, crackers, pretty much anything, nothing in a glass bottle or anything glass associated. All this food is going to go back to our clients.
This is the first time Kelsey has been able to do something like this with her company, and she's excited to get the opportunity.
I'm really excited to be able to do something like this. I've always wanted to give back to the community, and I feel like this is a good way to get out there and do that.
Meanwhile, Emma is doing an internship with Brad, and she decided to come up with a unique way to help her community.
It's always super neat to partner with someone that's new to us and get the ideas that they have. They've helped a lot plan this, and we haven't had anything like it, which is super, super cool.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
It's now time for a quick check of your forecast, brought to you by Deborah Bros Attorneys at Law. WKU Farm this morning showing clouds out there. And we did have showers yesterday. That's drying out and clearing out off towards the east. And eventually we should see sunshine as we go throughout the second half of the day. Temperatures into the 60s right now, 65 in Bowling Green, 63 in Scottsville. It's now 62 in Russellville and in Franklin right now, also in Woodbury. Those winds flowing in from the west and northwest this morning, ushering in the cooler feel for us. And it's going to be noticeably cooler, though, as we go for the weekend. Radar is showing stuff out there, really not seeing anything making it down to the ground. But I can tell you what's making it down to the ground is the showers that are in eastern Kentucky through Tennessee, all the way down, say, towards Alabama, portions of Georgia there. Also shaded with that frontal boundary. But again, cooler air on the way for the weekend. Your commuter forecast on this Friday, we got a mix of sun and clouds for your lunch run. Temperatures right around the upper 60s to low 70s as we go throughout the day. Don't go anywhere. We're wrapping up News 40 Sunrise after this.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan's fee is free. If you don't win your case, you pay nothing. It's easy. Just dial Pound Law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. I think I'm starting to get this.
Do you have musty smells coming up from your crawl space? USS is here to help. Neglected crawl spaces and excessive moisture can cause mold, unwanted pests, wood rot, and high energy bills. A USS encapsulation system will help prevent these issues and improve the air quality in your crawl space, making the air in your home cleaner and healthier for you and your family. Visit USS-KY.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
WNKY News 40 is helping find forever homes for shelter pets. Watch Pet of the Day on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon to meet your new best friend. Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust.
It's time, y'all. It's a new season in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we look at the last Titans game, we preview the next Titans game. That's the Mike Vrabel Show on CBS 40.
Join the coach and the seat geek next.
Sunday mornings on WNKY, CBS 40. The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Brownsville, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
You don't want to miss today is Food Truck Friday. This week we'll have Perot's Cajun Food Truck with a portion of the proceeds benefiting our friends over at Casa of South Central Kentucky. So head on over to the Ted Balls parking lot from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a bite to eat, and always be on the lookout because you never know who will have parked outside on a Friday.
Oh, Perot's is here today.
I am so excited.
Really excited. When I heard Perot's was going to be here, I was like, oh, my day has been made.
So are you going to even eat breakfast or are you going to save it all for lunch?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I might have to get a coffee.
I still have to start my day
over
today.
Well, you know, obviously we've been talking a lot about getting into the spooky season, and yesterday, you know, with the Throwback Thursday, we're talking about ghost stories. We actually had a viewer, Winter, who wrote in and said that she had some spooky stories out in Edmonson County, and she was telling me how she grew up with a poltergeist in her house, and I was like, what? About cabinets opening and a dishwasher opening up. Like the thing coming down and the sprayer just spraying into the house.
On its own?
So they had an electrician come into the house, unplug the whole thing. They come home from school and it's unplugged, down, spinning, water shooting out across the kitchen.
No.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know how you lived in that house. I truly do not.
It's definitely a whole movie setting right there. I mean, that's...
one cabinet would open up and I would be out there.
You're like,
I would be gone. I would be selling the house and I would be moving to a different state. It would.
And it doesn't even have to take a cabinet. If I see a spider, I'm just like, nope.
Spider.
It is wild. But so any other stories that our viewers have that they want to share with us?
Yes.
It's fascinating to me, the different things, because you know, some people experience stuff like this, other people don't. Some people believe, some people don't, but the stories nonetheless are very entertaining and fascinating.
I know. I still am.
Even your stories that you shared yesterday about someone saying your name.
Yeah,
but my favorite was
I had someone come up to me and tell me they had a similar story yesterday, and that they had lived in a haunted house, and that they had someone call out their name as well. And I'll tell you what, hopefully it never happens to you guys, because it's not a great feeling.
It's eerie.
when you can't find the person that's trying to get your attention.
I'll just pretend I don't hear them.
Yeah, but selective hearing.
Selective.
With ghosts.
Yeah. There you go.
Hopefully I'm old next time it happens to me. I just can't hear anyway. So.
Well, with spooky season, it's starting to feel like spooky season weather.
Yeah, it is. I mean, especially on Saturday, it's going to feel like November standards out there. I mean, we're going to fast forward into November with temperatures only in the 60s for highs, and it is just going to be a breezy, chilly day for your Saturday, especially by Saturday night, guys.
All right, Darius, thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us this Friday morning. We look forward to seeing you right back here Monday at 6 a.m. Your network news is next, but here's a sneak peek of what's coming up next week. Coming up next week on News 40 Sunrise, we'll get the inside scoop on all the new things coming to the 8th Annual Bourbon and Brew Fest.
Plus, get the details on all the fun that's headed towards Bowling Green for this year's Harvest Festival.
Then we'll learn the story of how one local veteran served our country in our Voices of Honor.
Finally, discover how you can change the life of one shelter animal with our daily Pet of the Day.
Be sure to wake up with us every weekday morning at 6 a.m.
These stories and more only on News 40.